Okay, folks, I appreciate you guys being patient with YouTube on this and being patient with me as well. Seems every time I'm ready to get going on a good marathon day, something happens that kind of messes everything up. But here we are anyway. I appreciate anyone who is here right now. I know that there have been some other people have moved on, but it appears as though we're live. It appears as though we're going well. We're doing okay, and yes, everything seems to be working. So this is a one roll out of 100 that I purchased in a box full of RPMs. Now, most of these coins are going to be RPMs. Most of them are going to be pretty decent RPMs. And in this particular case, some of these are absolutely lovely RPM, just beautiful. So we'll see what happens. I have never seen the contents of this roll. I have no idea what's inside here. But we will get going here and see what we find. All right, coin number 1, Mike Birchman. I expect to find a bunch of RPMs in here. I don't expect to be able to identify them all here today. That's going to be something that will happen after we get going on the processing end of things, after we finish the reveals and move forward. Let's see here. Okay, this is... Let me get my lighting and everything situated right. My lighting a little closer to the ground there. This is an RPM. It is a lower split serif RPM. You can kind of see it there if you look. That's a small date 1960D. So hello, Spiked Head Die Crack. Hopefully we'll end up with a good broadcast out of this. Last broadcast we had to cut short. I did finish the roll offline. As I finished the roll, I was looking for the RPM that we had seen before, and I think I found 2 more of them, but the roll was overall pretty much uneventful. I'm not really even sure why I flipped this over. I mean, these coins are all known to be RPMs, and so that's an interesting looking little die crack there. That'll be a nice marker for that. So there's coin number 1 from Mike Birchman. Coin number 2 now. Coin number 2 goes to Taco John. This could be anything from 59, generally 59 up to 68. Sometimes there are newer ones. I found some coins from the 80s in this. But they're all going to be memorial reverse. Okay, this is 1960D, 1mm 211, I think. Number 211. It's got that knob on the top of the 0 of the date, and it's the only one like that. So that is definitely an RPM. And this one's going to go to Taco John. Pretty nice looking coin. Decent condition. I think it's RPM 212. All right, here's coin number 3, Yo Man. Got some nice toning on this. Beautiful colors. And what is it? 1961D. Pretty nice looking 61D. And some beautiful toning. Wonderful colors. Nice coin for Yo Man. Toned on the reverse too. And it's toned on both sides. Just beautiful coin. Alright, here we go. Coin number 4. Penny Hoarder. Penny Hoarder. This coin is red-brown. Let's see. Turns out to be... Yeah, I can't identify it, but it is a nice RPM. Nice repunchment mark here. And nothing else going on. Just a repunchment mark. So that's for penny hoarder. Got some beautiful color on the reverse of this coin. Wow. Very nice. Mac McBride. Let's see what Mr. McBride gets. Another one of those. Oh, it's not the same die. It's a different die, but it's a double split serif 1960 DRPM. Let's get that just a little bit lower down so the splits are a little easier to detect. There you go. Now you can see it. I don't know the die number on this one either. There are too many of these to remember every single one. That's coin number 5 from Mr. McBride. Moving on, coin number 6, Jeff Dunn. What does Jeff Dunn get? Well, that's a nice 61 DRPM there. Double split serif, plus it's got some doubling in the inside of the vertical. Nice early to mid die state coin. Beautiful, actually. Very, very nice RPM there. Is everyone still hearing me? Am I still here? It appears as though I'm still here. Oh, what was wrong with that last broadcast? Who's next? Adam? We'll get to 1962D, and it's got a line running down the middle of the mint mark here. So that makes up the RPM for this particular die. I don't think I remember having seen this one before, so I'm not sure I can identify it. But I know it can be identified by looking in the references. How about number 8? Ant. We'll go to Ant for coin number 8. Let's see, where is coin number 8? There it is. Ah, beautiful 1960 DRPM. This one appears to be number 52? Or is it 49? It could be number 49. Nice looking, beautiful RPM. Nice D over D, southeast. And there we go. Really nice looking RPM for Ant. Here's coin number 9. This one's for Yeoman. And Yeoman will get another 1960 DRPM. Nice looking RPM. Nice split upper serif. Very nice. D, the next live auction will be tomorrow night. I'm going to be finishing the auction list for that auction today. And there will be a list up sometime this evening. And the auction starts at 7 p.m. tomorrow. 7 p.m. tomorrow. There will be new reveal sales during that auction. It's a nice 1960 DRPM right there. Beautiful repunch mint mark. There's going to be rolls. There will be some singles. And I'm going to make a couple of announcements regarding some heavy hitter coins that are going to come up pretty soon. Here's Taco John. Taco John comes up now for coin number 11. And coin number 11 is, oh, that's a beautiful RPM. Really nice one. That's, what, number 31, 32, something like that? 33. I got a good idea of where these sit. I just don't know exactly which die. It's a beautiful one. Taco John. Here's coin number 12 now. Adam. Let's see. Yeah, it's got a split lower serif. Pretty nice looking split on the lower serif there. It's a small date. Shouldn't be hard to decipher which one this is. Hello, Eric, again. It looks like we have our streaming back. That last one turned into a lag fest. And guess what? I pull out a coin for Eric, and it is a beautiful toner. RPM number 21, I think. And a gorgeous toner at that. Wow, what a beautiful coin. And a beautiful RPM as well. Very nice. Ooh, man, the reverse on this coin. Wow. Look at the colors. You got reds and oranges and purples and all kinds of color there. Nice. Nice, nice. All right, coin number 14, Malcolm. What do we get for Malcolm? That's a 61D. I believe this is RPM number 41. I think it's number 41. 61D number 41, I think. Nice, nice. Now number 15, Mr. Morrell. Tim Morrell gets this one, and it is, it's a nice 1960D. This one could be RPM number 11. I think there's a decent chance that could be RPM number 11. That's a very scarce one. I have to look it up. But it certainly appears that could be number 11. I don't even have one of those. Here's number 16. Sweet 16 goes to Sureg, and Sureg gets... Well, it's a nice 1960D. It's an upper and lower serif split, both splits. Little baby split RPM. It's nice, though. For Sureg. Coin 17, Kelly Michaud. Bam. Is RPM number 19. You can see it's a D over D north. It's a ghosty north. It's a really, really kind of a little difficult to see until you get it at the right angle. That's a beautiful D over D north. That is RPM number 19, 1mm 19. Love that RPM. That one and number 17, they're both really pretty. Yeah, I've been looking for number 11 forever too. Did you attribute that one? Was it number 11 for sure? Because I think number 11, that's like one of the rarest ones. Here's a nice 1959. Beautiful 1959 DRPM. I think this is 14. I don't know my 59 DRPMs very well. Hi, sissy. Yeah, we got a full roll of RPMs we're going through here. These are RPMs collected by a person who sold their estate of RPMs, sold an entire bag of RPMs to a gentleman I happen to know who offered them to me by the roll. His wife rolled them up, and so I purchased them by the roll, and I have not yet seen more than half of them. No idea what's in them. Let's see, number 20 now for Carl. What does Carl get? Minor little baby split. 1960 DRPM there. Big die crack in the hair. How about number 21? Number 21 goes to Mike Birchman. And he gets a nice one. That's, I think, number 25. I don't know, folks. Don't check behind me on these because I can't tell you for sure, but I think that's number 25. 25 or 28. I think it's one of the ones in the upper 20s. It's before number 50. Okay, it's a 1960 DRPM. I know I'm right with that one. Here's Sureg again. We just got Sureg not too long ago. We're doing his next coin right here on the Copper Coins channel. It's a 1959. Nice split lower serif. That's about all we've got there. But it is nice. Yeah, that number 11, if that's a number 11, it is definitely going to be the highlight of the roll. RPM number 11 is probably fourth scarcest in RPMs for 1960 Denver. A little baby split. Little lower baby split there. Some of these are not going to necessarily be identifiable RPMs, but they are minor RPMs nonetheless that you can choose to identify on your own if we don't get it done. We have, just like anyone else, tubes and tubes and tubes of minor RPMs that we've not been able to identify. This one is probably going to be it's RPM number 157. Number 157. That's what this is. It's nice D over D tilted. Oh, Bill. RPM number 157. Malcolm. Up next. What does Malcolm get? Is this maybe another 157? No, it's not. Markers don't match up. But it is a nice tilted RPM. Yeah, I think the only reason 44 is tough is because nobody knows exactly what it looks like. All the photos, all the published photos on it are no good. No bueno. What do we got here? It's another relatively minor but nice 61 DRPM. Big split in the lower serif. And coin number 27 now, Tim Morrell. What do we have for Tim? Yep. Baby split in the lower serif, a very tiny split in the upper serif. Some of them are going to be very minor. Some of them are going to be major. Some of them are going to be really nice. Some of them not so nice. That's just the nature of the beast with this particular roll lot. But I figured they'd be fun to go through, and you know what? I was right. Here's coin number 28 for Eric. And what does Eric end up with? A minor split, 1961 DRPM. Minor split, 1961 DRPM. Now Crispy picks up the next coin. And Crispy's coin is it's a pretty nice 59 DRPM. Very nice. That flake of plastic on the coin. This one's got warts all over the bust. It's kind of weird. Because you generally only expect to see warts like this on a zinc scent, but it's not quite the same thing. I think those warts came from rust on the dye, but I'm not sure about that. Firm Dog comes up next. And Farm Dog gets an RPM number 10. This is 1960D RPM number 10. Cute. That's a nice one. So if you put it at this angle, it pretty much disappears. But when you turn it to either side, it sure shows up nicely. That's RPM number 10. Coin 31 now. Kelly Michaud. Kelly gets... it's a 61D tilt. Relatively minor. It's there, though. Let's see what we've got coming up next. Next up is going to be coin number 32, Tim Morrell again. Back to Mr. Morrell. And this one is a 60D small date. This one won't be hard to identify, but I do not know which one it is right offhand. It's a nice double split serif on a 1960D. I kind of move around the obverse, so for the people who would be looking for markers on the obverse to identify this when they're watching the video, I'm showing those markers to allow you that possibility. Without markers, you don't really have a whole lot of idea what you got. Here's a 1961D RPM number 2. 1961D 1mm002, and that's for Carl Ignatz. Your primary marker on number 2 is going to be these die scratches below the 1. This one's a early to mid die state. Yes, Bill, we'll have to discuss through email. There's another RPM 19. 1960D RPM number 19. This is a nice earlier die state example. I mean, I could probably get this one nice and crispy. Really beautiful. Let's see what we come up with here. Let me bring it up to the highest resolution. Gosh, would you look at that? That's purty. Go back to live resolution so that we can continue digging through the coins in this roll. It's RPM number 19. I'm kind of jelly of Ant there. That's a nice one. That's coin number 34. Now coin number 35. 35. Coin number 35 goes to Crispy. And we have a nice little serif fest going on here. Now coin number 36. Mr. Evans. Well, we have a nice double split serif RPM here. Not sure which one it is, but it's very nice. Let's see if we have any big markers. I don't see any obvious markers. Price for what is under where it should be. Type RPMs are underrated. Price plus. Oh, underrated RPMs. A lot of RPMs are kind of underrated, but the thing is, you have to have a market for them. And while the market is strong, the market is small. There's not a whole lot of people who collect RPMs. Nice lower split serif. And there are so many different minor RPMs. A lot of minor RPMs are actually kind of tough to find. In fact, they're very tough to identify. But not very many people want to get into the really minor RPMs. But if you do, that's a real challenge. That's a huge challenge. There's a nice 1961 DRPM there. Not sure which one this is. We're going to get finished with this roll. We're going to turn right around and roll back into another one of these rolls. I know that die scratch. Darn it. I know this die. I just can't remember which one it is. Yeah, penny hoarder. Get it figured out if we don't. I'm sure we will, though. Mike Birchman. A 1960D. Yeah, I think it's RPM number 40. Could be number 40. I can't remember for sure. I don't even see an option there. I mean, if you're talking about collecting RPMs, why would you only want to collect 61% of them? Why not just collect all of them? Go after everything. Wow, this is beautiful. This is a very sharp RPM. Rather early die state. It's going to be a real easy photo. Look at that bad boy. That goes to DRS. That'll be easy to attribute. Not sure which one this is, but it'll be easy to attribute. That's one of those ones that kind of jumps out at you. Coin number 41 now goes to Crispy. It could be another one of the same thing or near it. Another real nice one. And number 42, Jim Fletcher. It's like two little splits on the lower serif, so it's going to be a tripled RPM. It's minor tripled, but it is tripled. And tripled is tripled no matter what you say. A tripled RPM is a tripled RPM is a tripled RPM. And there's for Jim Fletcher. Now coin number 43. Coin number 43 goes to DRS. DRS gets. Bam. Let's see, which one is this? I don't know. It's a nice little north RPM. You can see the secondary RPM poking up out of the top of the primary. A sec, I gotta get a swig of coffee. Keep me going here. Looks like I got about 6 chances left to find something extraordinary in this roll. Let's see if it comes up with Farm Dog here. Well, not necessarily extraordinary, but a nice coin. Double split serif RPM tilted on a large date 1960. Eric likes playing forensic scientist, going through and picking out all the tiny details that are the same. Nice little 1961 DRPM there. You gotta have your hands full with this roll, Eric. It's a number of relatively minor ones. Coin number 46, Jeff Dunn. Jeff gets a toner. Look at that. Oh, baby, that's pretty. What is it? It's an RPM. It's a nice one, too. This is, I believe, going to be RPM number 64. Yeah, I think that's a 64. All right, let's see. We'll do a 47 now. Coin number 47 for DRS. And we have a lower split serif, but that's about it on this one. Well, we know that we've got a big slash die scratch through the T, kind of a die gouge looking thing, so that shouldn't be too hard to identify once we find the markers. Marker match should be pretty simple. Mr. McBride. Mr. McBride gets... I bring my lighting down a little bit. Zoom in a little on this guy. We do have a double split serif, split upper and lower. But I'm kind of unsure as to what die this is. It's a nifty little RPM. Nonetheless, nifty little RPM. There I go. Sound like Bob Ross again. Nifty little RPM lives right over here. That's coin number 48 in this row. Now number 49. Number 49 goes to Yo Man. Next to the last coin in the roll. And Yo Man gets a nice 1960 DRPM. And I hate that I can't remember which one it is. But this one has it's a tilt. And see, here is the vertical of one mint mark. And then there's the lower serif right there. And then the other one is here, and it has the lower serif down over here. So this and this are two different mint mark punchings. That's cute. I like it. I tell you what, Tim, what we will do, because number 11 is such a special coin, we will go back and attribute that coin now, to see that we can be sure what it is. This is a 1963 split upper serif. No other doubling. And there's that. Okay, so let's, because almost all of these are RPMs and almost all of them are decent RPMs, there's not really going to be a split on this roll, but I do want to go back to one particular coin. I believe it was this one. Yeah. I want to attribute this coin specifically. Get it back out of the holder here. And I believe there's a chance that this is RPM number 11. So I'm going to look up 1mm11 on copper coins. For 1960 mint marks. Go to number 11, which I don't even have a recent photograph of. Yes, this is definitely RPM number 11. Let me move to the second set of photos, the MDS photos here. And check for a couple of die scratches here. Okay. What do we have? Something on the R of Trust. Yeah, we do. We've got a little pickle mark coming out of the left side of the R of Trust, which is one of the markers for RPM 11. Let's flip it over, and if there is, well, here, that little die crack, die break thing there, if that little die break right there exists on the back of this coin, we definitely have RPM 11. I've not checked it. Let's flip it over and see. And we'll find out together. Okay. Doesn't mean it's not RPM 11. It just means that it doesn't have that die break yet, which means that it's an earlier die state coin than what we have there. So let me flip back to the mid die state photos. Or no, that would be the earlier die state. There, see. Earlier die state photos. There's not a whole lot to confirm except by position of the mint mark. And here is our mint mark again. And what appears to be a perfect match to me. This is RPM 11. Let me get it. There we go. Looks pretty right on the money to me. So this is probably I'd give $75 for it in this condition. But that's definitely RPM 11. Yeah, I would give $75 for this. So, Tim, you got yourself a winner out of here. It's a jackpot coin right there, that's for sure. RPM 11 is a very tough RPM to find. And we've got it. RPM 11, coin number 15. Timothy Morell. Well, I guess all things come good when you give it a break for a while, right? Okay, I'm going to give about, it's going to be about 10 to 15 minutes, 10 minutes or so. I'll come back for the next roll, which will be reveal number 363. It's going to be a second one of these RPM rolls. It's going to be a second RPM roll out of the same box. We could find more excellent goodies. So stick around, folks, and I will be back in a few minutes.